Okay, and my phone not feel too hot. Stretch. Sorry, it took a little long to get that set up. I was planning to hop on today because I had a couple apps to try for getting my phone to work as a webcam correctly, and they all kind of did, but they kind of didn't. And I ended up back at good old Droid Cam, which works totally fine. It's a completely acceptable thing. I find the video quality is just a little bit less good. I don't know if it's something like the colors are a little bit off, the shimmer, or like it's a little too contrasty. Like certain stuff picks up a lot more. In a way that I'm not super stoked with. The other app was nice and clean, let's say, but it didn't really work consistently. And then once I finally got it working, it's like, you need to buy Pro to use high resolution. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, the camera's like right in the way. How did I fuck that up? Yep, Cleo. Ow. 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 Yep, Kit Kat. You want attention as soon as I start talking? Oh my god, how did I tie this so tight in my hair? What the fuck? What the hell? Ow! What the fuck did I do? I'm gonna tie my hair back and have a smoke before I get into this here, but Cleo. Good Kit Kat. Okay. Alright. There you go. Enough. Alright. Just some music playing. I think I'm probably going to need about 2 hours today, so I'm definitely not finishing the model today, but if I had started, a little bit earlier, I probably would have done it. Oh, why is that so loud? I saw my mic peak there. That... Okay, that's not peaking it the way that was. Maybe it's just a combination of hitting stuff at the right time. Really was doing it for me, but... The one I already built was the Justice. And while it was satisfyingly complex to build, Justice has a huge, like, jetpack / fighter jet piece that goes into the backpack, or it can stand on it. And it really kind of unbalances it and makes it very not mobile in a lot of good ways. Destiny is probably my second favorite suit out of the Gundam Seed stuff, which weirdly has a lot of my favorite suits in it, despite them not being, I would say, a very good show comparatively. I wouldn't call myself like a crazy gunpla builder. Like, I don't go too in depth on it. I'll try to make sure all the seams are nice, and I'll put on a lot of the basic, like stickers and stuff, but I don't usually go too in depth on them. I kind of want to save that for some big models. Like, I want to get some good perfect grades and then do that for those ones. But I should be doing it on these ones to get practice, And I should be like painting them better and stuff. But I think what I'd like to do is get myself like an airbrush set, and then before working on these completely, what I'd probably want to do is like go through and paint all the sheets the color they are, like base coat them, and then like give them like a nice coat of white and stuff so that they're a little more reactive than plastic to the lighting, and then do some lining on them, but and some weathering and stuff. But yeah, like I said, if I do get into that, it'll be on little higher grade models. These ones, the RG models, the real grade, they're like a little smaller. They're the same size as G grade ones, but they have a little more mechanically in depth pieces in them. I don't know if you can see it super well on the camera there, but they have like an under skeleton on them and a lot more mechanical moving bits than models this size normally have. Not as good as a perfect grade, and master grades are a little bigger, but they tend to be a little more simplistic. But comparing it to the Justice that I just built, because I've built a couple real grades before, might have even built the same Strike Freedom that I got there before, but because of the size, they can be a little flimsy. So like certain joints don't stick the way they should, so you can actually like pose them nicely, and they sometimes won't hold their own weight up very well. So these are ones that really need like a stand or something to do super well a lot of the time. Uh, but I do have the one perfect grade RX 78-2 Titan color that I have, but I wanna do that one again because I was doing it with like in the middle of COVID, and I had like a razor blade and that's all I had for tools. So I was just kind of doing whatever and making it work, but it still was a very fun build. It took me 3 or 4 streams, like long streams, because it was quite intense and I had a lot of pieces on it. But I want a second chance to do better now that I actually got some good snips, various sanding tools, a couple little model sanders, and some good resin stuff if I accidentally snip off like a horn or something, as well as some good pliers, needle nose things. I also picked myself up a nice little Timu Dremel, which I ended up using quite a lot when I built the Justice one, and I'll probably do the same here. Nothing crazy, just a little USB powered one, but you can run a lot of little bits on it. Let's give me this flat one. It's nice for like just grinding down an edge or something that's a little rough. Or if you didn't quite get a good clean snip off on something. Yeah, so we'll do a bit of this today. I'm gonna say about 2 hours. Oops. That looks pretty centered comparatively. Now I can run this in a way where it's if I hold it out, uh, if I tap, 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 it speeds up, and then it goes to 0, and I can just like leave it there with a little light on. But I just turn it off each time because I don't always feel like I need it, but every now and then it's just nice to clean up the edge on the piece a little bit. So let me toss that over there. Not exactly sure how I want to lay this out since I'm gonna halfway do it both times today. Probably today and tomorrow. Can I clip this with these? They're pretty sharp, but yeah. Right it is. Also, yeah, so I finally got my phone thing working again. I don't know, for whatever reason, I think the Red Magic has like its own built uh webcam casting app that it wants to use. So it kind of locks, well, it doesn't lock you out, but it definitely kicks you out of using the Android uses a webcam option. Also, there's quite a delay on this. I don't know if you can see. 1, 2, 3. It's a good like quarter second behind me. But yeah, the other one worked quite well. You know what? I should just keep the razor out for now. But as soon as I finally got it working kind of consistently, it was like, all right, you want to get pro mode now? I was like, you motherfucker. I would prefer not to get pro mode. I don't want to pay $70 a year to sometimes have my phone working. What's up, you? It's now you throw your ball for you a couple times. Whenever I start streaming and talking, she always wants my attention afterwards. Ooh, zoomies. Also, yeah, you can see my camera, my phone camera up there, with its RGB cooler lights. I see it changing color on my hand there a little bit. Works really good though. It's a very nice cooler. It's just a shame that all of my fucking stands didn't end up working out super well for it either. So I've got one of my big, like, actual tripods up here that has like a post you can lift and turn horizontal and push out this way. But when it's fully out this way, this is kind of like overbalanced. So I've got a couple of my like I have these like jogging weights where you wrap them around your wrist and your hands so they don't really flap around too much. I've got them kind of wedged on there in a certain way. Not incredibly stable, but you know, it'll work for now. And yeah, I always like to take these all out of the plastic because there's a various amount of me, I would say, like, shuffling these pieces around as I grab a certain piece, because these aren't built in like a specific order usually. Well, I mean, they are built in a specific order, but they're not like, you only need one panel for this part. You'll get one piece from D1 and one piece from F and one piece from A, and then you'll get to build them that way. So it's a little bit of a jumping around consistently until you find the stuff you need. Eventually, you'll kind of finish them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this and this here. This over here. Regulator. That could be my storage bins for the plastic. Take a look at the book here. All right, so this is just telling you what it is. This B panel, which is different plastic here. And I think this is the ABS one. Does it say there? Joint plastics, like these ones, they're injection printed with like a different, like, joints pre-made and pre-attached here. So these can come apart, but you know, not super willingly. But in a lot of cases, this is a really nice way to get a detailed piece that moves without having to try to like put the tiny pieces together. All right, let's see. G, D, F, SB, the beam saber pieces. F, B off to the side there. Back, they don't usually do those till the end. E1, E2. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, there's the energy shield stuff. This is hard to see. I apologize from that far away, but this is A, B, and C. This is D1, D2. Yeah, so the D1 and D2, they have matching sets. Again, kind of hard to see there, but like these would be like both leg pieces, a couple other things, blah, 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 blah. And all this is doing here is kind of explaining to you what each of these things are going to be doing. So this is telling you that like attach this piece here, attach this piece here, attach this piece here. This specific sheet, the B sheet, is all of the skeleton armature that goes beneath. Some of these have specific part chunks on them that you need to make sure you're getting the right number. That these parts here, they want you to clip them off with a little bit of space so you can come back in after and get the right angle to clean them up. That's the stuff that I get a little bit lazy on, where I'll tend to just clip it the closest angle I can and then clean it up with the Dremel piece after. I used to do that all by hand with the razor, which did work, but every now and then I would like slip and cut a little too deep and there'd be like an extra groove below where you were supposed to cut. You don't normally notice it too much, so I'll put that there. It's the decal sheet. Normally they only ask you to use like 3 or 4 of these when you're building these, and then the rest is kind of a after thing. So there's lots of Anaheim engines or UAE signals or like space mode symbols that you can put on there. Lots of little warnings to put on the hatches and stuff. But I think judging on how they normally do these, it's probably going to be like the 4 shield pieces, the eyes, and maybe a couple of these silver bits. Leo's on a fucking warpath right now. She's fucking zooming around. Alright, so I got my little cut sheet for safe cutting, which razor easily cuts it, but it's still nice to have something clean to work on. So I'm going to keep this there so I don't accidentally use it. It wants me to make legs first. Oh, let's grab the B. Last time when I was doing the Justice, I cut all of the skeleton out, put the skeleton together, and then I was like, oh shit. It doesn't actually want me to do the skeleton yet. So it wants me to make 2, B8 and F12, so that's both of the legs here. So I'll try to do it cleanly in one, but I'll probably have to touch them up a little bit after. Also, one thing with these, like, injection molded, pre-built joint pieces is there's often a lot of little tailings pieces after that you kind of got to clean up a bit. I'll show them to you. Cut these free here. Yeah, okay, there's a bunch of them. So like I only cut 2 or 3 pieces off of this, but you can see these little like white marks. Those are parts where the injection molding was like clipped off essentially. Like the only parts that I actually cut were this part right here, which essentially looks the same. And then the 2 parts on the edges here and like one of them on this side. But there's still, yeah, a couple pieces here where there's kind of like some extra plastic that you gotta rub off. Another little piece, you can see it. Oh, let's see if it focuses. But yeah, that little like hangy sharp piece, like right there under my nail. Right, my nails are just too short to like cut today. They're like a little long enough they stick out. So, but yeah, this little piece right here, you can see it kind of looking like a little piece of fritz over my fingernail. That's the part that normally isn't visible on the other pieces, like on the non injection pieces. What is up, yo? Well, you can kind of see her just laying on the floor down here. What you doing there, Kit Kat? This is probably something I could do better with a razor blade, but I want to practice and get good with the Dremel too, because it's a very useful little tool. I just want to clean up those little whitish bits. So they're not sticking out in a weird way. And yeah, I find doing a with a razor blade tends to be cleaner, but sometimes just using your fingernail works too. If the pieces aren't too sticky or too ingrained or anything, but hey, how's it going, man? Oh, it's too bad. Sorry, dude. My keyboard gets covered in cigarette ash and cat hair, so I clean it fairly regularly. But it's also a razor one, and I'm not too picky on it. But I do appreciate the thought. How you doing, man? Here's that. F12. Need two of them. That's pretty flat. Okay. But yeah, my stupid Death Adder mouse. They don't make them as good as they used to a couple years ago. It's really annoying. Actually, I guess I could show it since I've got the camera handy here. This one is only like a couple years old, and my hand has worn through so much of the plastic and the like coating. I don't know if you can see it. It's like super shiny where my hands rest. And it's gotten like very, I don't know what I would call like inconsistently responsive, even with using like a mat and stuff. I've taken apart the mouse thing. Oh my god, there's still some more hair in there. But I've taken it apart and cleaned it and like put some silicone dust in the wheel to help it like be less squeaky. But it's still kind of like, I don't know if you could hear it, but I don't know. Here, let me pull that closer. Can you hear that? Yeah, that little squeak, 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 squeak. It's like annoyingly bad. And its registration is just poor compared to a lot of old mice I've had. Like I got a Death Adder in like college and like 2010, 2011 kind of thing. And that lasted me a solid decade. And I never had to replace it or anything. I used it at school, at home, all through the college years. I'd used it at my work desk and stuff. But like 2 years ago when I built this PC, I was like, you know what? I'll shell out on a nice new mouse. I had good luck with the Death Adders. I'll get another one of those, and this has like a nicer loose cable with like a shielded cloth thing on it, which I was like, oh, that's really nice, and the grip is nice too. But then it's also just like the shittiest plastic, and it's weirdly hampered by their software too. Like they told me in a couple months they're not going to be supporting this mouse anymore, which I was very confused about. I was like, I don't know how you do that. They're like, yeah, you're going to have to upgrade your software where we sell you a subscription on it. And I was like, fuck that. So I'm about to go back to whatever cheap $10 Logitech I can as soon as this thing actually dies. No, I hear you saying your mouse is built like you. So you're saying, yeah, absolutely. It's baffling. Like I still have that 10-year-old Death Adder on the shelf over there, but like its cable is really kinked up, and you can tell the cables inside are like really twisted and bent, so they're not like smooth anymore. And the current Razer software doesn't support it, so it's just like a hassle to get it working now. But really, really annoying that they're being so like absolutely dog shit with their hardware now, because it's just a clean, good shaped mouse with like not too many buttons and not too many features, and I'm annoyed that they're making it like obsolete tech. Okay. Need my E panels. Meet you, Kuyo. Wanna say hi? The baby. You're a good girl. Wanna hold hands on front camera? There you go. You got some goo in your eye. Cleo is a sweet little baby. She's now working up hairball because I tipped her on her back. Uh, she she likes getting my attention. Once I've started like talking on camera, then she like wakes up and gets like, oh, I need to be played with. I need your attention like right now. Okay, let's get all the one pieces first. E4. Oh, they put that at a bad angle, eh? Okay. In E9. I am allergic to cats. I try my best to decat sport myself whenever I hold her up, because otherwise my nose will get runnier than it normally is. And I Swiffer my house pretty often. And if it's really bad, like if it's a really bad pollen day or kind of humid out too, I will also take like a actual allergy pill right here. I already feel my nose being a little runny, so give me 2 seconds to do. Is there community drivers for the Razer stuff? Probably something for it. Some kind of like open source anti-Razer group kind of thing. But it's also not bad enough that I'm like willing to like bother to go out of my way to fix it right now. Just annoying, and I can tell that eventually I'm gonna be pissed off enough with it that I don't want to do anything with it. But for now, it's just kind of like I can see what you're doing, you motherfuckers, and I don't want to do. I don't want to take part into that, but it's also not inconveniencing me in any extreme ways just yet. So it's like when Adobe moved away from allowing you to purchase their software, and I started being like, "Oh no, I know what the end step of this is." So I'd use it while I had to use it, but eventually I just found an old version of CS6 stuff and purchased it. But not all of the software, unfortunately, because I was still kind of a broke student paying off my student loans. But there's this wonderful thing out there in the wide internet, lending links, where friends lend each other software. Good stuff, you know? Good communities where you can buy, or rather not buy, lend each other software. There we go. Up. That was a bad one. That looks gross on the red piece. They doing capitalism? Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate that I need to use it for work a lot of the time. Luckily, I don't need to buy my own copy. Work will take care of that in the most parts, but especially I don't envy the studio guys having to be like, oh, I guess we'll spend $2 million on Maya this year. And then they put like a super predatory token licensing fucking thing in there that actually ruins how we work with it. So they're actively looking at a switch to Blender, which I am a very big fan of. I love Blender. Pretty good. Oops, right, I forgot that piece. Fuck. I need to get myself one of those little desktop like magnifying glass things. My eyes are still good, but stuff is pretty small lately. Not bad. As things get more expensive, believe that the notion of private activity will increase. Yeah, absolutely. And there'll be more options for, or sorry, I should say like less options for not expensive things. Like that. There. Like the gaming future they want when it's just like we'll sell everything to you via he's got a toe, and for some reason Movable toe. Very funny. Okay. The other foot. Uh, where they want to have everybody not have physical gaming PCs or physical consoles. Rent your time on a server to play your games so you can make gaming subscription based. Man, I was so pissed at Sony this year. A little less pissed at Xbox because they've been fucking themselves over for years, but and in almost more predictable ways. 2 and 12, which is this one. But I'm glad to see that the pressure on Sony hasn't let up yet. It's really going to translate in a year when they're not selling any more consoles or something. We determine when you have the thing purchased. Yeah, that's super bullshit. People are covered bringing their own magnifiers just for down painting. It's good stuff. I really want to get like a. I have so many tools I want to get because I just love building shit with my hands, man. But not gonna be a possibility until I'm probably in some place more stable. But I get some little tools like this stuff for now. That's fine. I want a rock polishing table, and I want lathe and a rock cutter. Water jet table would be really cool too. I miss having access to industrial tools back in Flin Flon. Speaking of Flin Flon, no, currently, no record breaking fucking forest fires this year. Still some bad ones, but not anything insane. Uh-oh. Oh no. Battery ran out. Shit. I didn't charge it. Well, throw that on the charger then. Get out my razor blade and do this the old fashioned way. That being said, I do have like hand filers handy, but razor blade is like weirdly handier. Okay. But it definitely feels like chunkier. I don't know, I guess it's not as gradual as using a little tiny grinder. You just take like hefty chunks out of this. Toesies. 2 toesies. Okay. And back ankle piece. E pieces again. And still was solid despite all your mental health got bad as you did before you left. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've been back, unfortunately. My parents were out here this summer, which I deeply enjoyed. I got to see Addie growing up a little bit. Holly couldn't make it. She was doing some work stuff, but it was still good to see everybody. And making that kind of trip for them is definitely harder as stuff goes on. They're a little bit, they're getting up there in age, so next trip back will have to be mine for sure. And Addie's grown up fast. He's big now. But I had him here. I gave him some foam swords that I picked up and dyed his hair. Now he had red hair, but he was scared of getting it bleached. So I couldn't give him the neon red hair he wanted, but next time he'll be old enough to get bleached. They brought their dog with them, which my cat has never seen before, at least not in person. So that was a fun little experiment. I had her in her crate and like over on the counter in the kitchen there. And she basically just had to spend time there because the dog was friendly. Dog loves cats. But she's I don't know how you would say, like, too used to cats, so she wanted to immediately get up in the cat and sniff her and lick her and be super friendly. And my cat was like, I don't fucking know you. Oh, good. Heal done. Those two pieces. Okay. I think he turned 7 when he was here. Like his birthday was in the June, July. So that was the one thing we did do is we hadn't got him a haircut, so he got a cool mohawk, and he got this. He got a 7 carved into the side of his hair, which is pretty fun. And I got to show him some of the games I used to play as a kid, and got him into that. He now likes Final Fantasy 7. He played Remake for a little bit, and I gave him my PS4 copy of that because I've got a Steam copy. Yeah, one of the swords I gave him was a foam buster sword, so he now has that to go play with when he goes home. Socializing for the competition. Yeah. The Cleo, I'm generally pretty good at. The only time I'll ever give her any human food is if I'm just eating like chicken or something. So I'll give her a little piece of chicken. But she's a fucking fiend for white bread. She will, if I leave a bag of bread, like white bread on the counter or something, she will tear the bag open and get it. She fucking loves white bread. And she can smell it through the plastic, which is really funny to me. Yo. Feet done. The 10 and 11. Okay. Fucking cat hair on these plastic pieces. That was after I've cleaned up these pieces. Prepped them all young. Blaze actually pairing and doing whatever. Wow, congratulations. Oh, this has those funny pieces. Fuck. Oh, that part's gonna be fine. So I build baby Ortiz DR free game. Oh, nice. Alright. Get these air clips too. Ooh, that's not a nice one. Yeah, I actually started thinking about like, huh, what happens with my Steam account and all my digital accounts? I'll have to get my passwords handy and like sign them over in a trust or something to Addy in case something ever happens to me. Might as well give him free games for life, essentially. Especially if there's a chance in the future where it's just we don't have games because Nvidia wants to turn everything into a fucking subscription service. Sony stops selling fucking consoles or something stupid. Good. Bad. Oh, it doesn't sit as flush as I'd like it to, but what it is, I guess. Thought about that too. Valve straight up deactivating account, disclose them as sport ticket. Yeah, I've seen a couple things too where like a lot of social accounts and stuff recently are like, nope, if they're dead, we just own it. That's it. Fuck off. So I've been like thinking about good ways to just circumvent that. Be like, don't change the passwords, change the mobile numbers or something. This is what you got now. Although I'm pretty sure because of the Sony stuff, I let my PS Plus lapse. So a lot of that stuff's gone. But I still own a good chunk of things on there for the moment until they decide, you know, you don't actually own those and we want to revoke the licenses for stuff, but I also started switching a lot of my stuff over to non-Google based services as I would say up till recently I've been pretty okay like accepting that a lot of my my data and privacy stuff was just going to be exposed to Google. But I'd say especially since they took off of their tagline to not do evil anymore. And it, now we can do evil because we removed that from our services. Uh, there's been a lot of things that I'm just like, I'm not comfortable having my stuff associated on Google. It's time to find a better service. And especially stuff like anything that's owned or developed by Israeli companies really gives me a lot of pause lately. So I've been looking at a lot of optional things to get around stuff like that. But there's still a good chunk of stuff I use that's tied to Google, and I think will just kind of forever be tied to Google. Like, I'm probably never going to get rid of my Gmail account, per se, but I will have alternative ones and other ways to store my online data and probably my phone as soon as I get an optional non-Google operating system. Keep pressure on these companies, etc. Yeah, the thing that really tipped me over for my Google thing was like I used to have Pixels, right? I had a Pixel 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. But when you started with the Pixel, it had a headphone jack, had dual SIM, it had unlimited storage for photos and videos. And the Pixel 2 had the same, but it lost the headphone jack. And then they removed the fingerprint scanner and went to a facial scanner. And then the next one up, they like removed the facial scanner and went to a janky screen thing. But each one, they like dialed down their free stuff between it, where it was like, okay, instead of having free photos and videos of all qualities, you have free photo and video up to HD quality, and then free photos only and no video storage. And then each one they like cut it down a little bit further. And so by your time you had like the Pixel 4, 5, and 6, they're shooting at 2160, 60 frames a second or 120 frames a second, and they're like 600 megabyte fucking sensor in there. So the photos are gigantic, and the video is like a gigabyte per minute of video. Exactly. It's just straight shitification. And they're like, so now you can buy a subscription service. And then also in the background, over this course of this, we mixed your Google Drive with your Gmail. So now they share storage space. And we're not increasing it anymore. It's 15 gigs straight across the board. So you got to pay us $25 a month to get 200 gigs. I was like, fuck you. I refuse. So my current phone, I really like a lot. The only thing it's missing is an SD card reader. It has dual SIM, headphone jack, full screen to screen coverage. It's got perfectly flat back, no bumps or anything on the cameras. It's cheaper, more storage on board. Chinese made, which is used to be more of a concern, but recently the US stuff and the Israeli stuff is way scarier to me than Chinese stuff. So I was like, I will gladly pay $900 for a phone I really like all the features of, instead of a $1,600 Google phone that I despise half the features on. So, but headphone jack, dual SIM, off-branded Google OS, and cheaper, better features across the board. Very nice to get it, but you're merely upset when they move the user interface buttons. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Every single iteration of Google made like a worse place to put the fucking buttons on the phone. It's really annoying. You want a Huawei, whatever it is? Trust around for these guys. Yeah, my parents both had Huawei's, and they took fantastic photos and totally useful regular phones, but I think one of them finally died, and my dad got my mom this like budget phone and she fucking hates it. It's super like laggy, barely opens, has like bad battery and takes shitty pictures and stuff. So if I get a chance, I might buy them some of these and give them a case so they don't drop it. But Actually, I'm probably pretty sure you can see, but there's a vent right here. This is the phone that has uh, an air vent on it. See if I can pull a picture up. Red magic. That's purple. It's the dumbest gamer phone thing imaginable, but it's very cool. I care very little about the gaming part of it, but completely flat glass back, buttons on the side. You can customize what the buttons do. So I have this switch. Normally, this turns on like gaming mode, where it kicks the fan onto high drive or overdrive and like dedicates the CPU to gaming. But I just have it switches to like camera. The shoulder buttons work for camera buttons and stuff. The air vent is really nice for cooling. Like it, plug it in and it charges in like 15 minutes with like a 100-watt charger. The screen, the full frontal screen is like crazy. There's a camera underneath the screen too, which doesn't look that great normally. Like I think I can switch it on the app here. Let's see if I switch view. Can I switch cameras? Maybe not. Properties. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't think it's gonna let me switch the camera here. But no, I don't have the pro thing for it. But the camera is under the screen, and it if you're not well lit, it doesn't take a great photo because it's taking pictures through the pixels of the screen, and it can get a little like glowy almost, but it just feels like a really good fucking phone. And it's very very smooth, very nice. The screen almost feels too big where it's got like 95% of or like I think it's 98.2% of the front is actual screen coverage. But yeah, other than that, like actually fantastic features. Headphone jack, dual SIM, huge storage, fantastic battery, super good charge times, and cheap. Less than $1,000 for super fast fucking charging. And it's like I looked at the Pixel for this and I was like, Pixel's battery is like half this size, only does like 30-watt charging. It has better cameras on the Pixel, but it doesn't have dual SIM, doesn't have headphone jack, doesn't have customizable buttons, doesn't have customizable open source software stuff. So I was very, very happy with it. Turn off all the AI shit because it's actually dog shit. But yeah, good phone. Good phone for cheaper than a Google one. Battery is not swappable, but it's not hard to swap. So it's just like it takes like a heat gun on the back, and you can just pop the glass back panel off. And there's a bunch of I had it up there on the thing, but what's the guy's name? Red Magic NS Pro Teardown. Yeah. I have to mute this immediately. Fuck you, ads, YouTube ad stuff. But JRig everything. I love watching him destroy phones. But his one he did of the 10S Pro kind of really sold me on it. The one I wanted at the time was the Sony Xperia, because that did have an SD card, but for some reason they didn't fucking sell it in North America, so you could only get a Hong Kong one or a UK one, and you would have to order it online. And because you were ordering it online, you were getting like a set of software that doesn't work with the North American stuff very easily. So there was very limited carriers it would work with. And it was like $1,800 Canadian. And I was like, I just can't afford that kind of thing. But then he did this one, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll take a look at this. I ordered it on like a Friday. It showed up Saturday morning, like 11 in the morning. I hadn't even woke up yet, and it was already at my door. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's very fucking cool." But yeah, he just takes the heat guide to the back. Back panel pops off real quick. Oh, he's showing you the through screen camera there. Oh, peeling off the built-in screen protector. That's rough. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of the glowy smoothing you get when you look at the camera through the screen. Daisy show the hardness scratching, scraping it up for fun. Dual SIM. I didn't know it had dual SIM until recently when I went to go replace my SIM. Because Rogers also became ultra dog shit recently too. Popping it back off here. Not yet. Not yet. Loves to burn the screens too to test how well the crystals recover. Oh yeah. he always he does the same tests for everything. He tests like hardness across the whole thing. As well as burns the screen till it goes black. And then he lets to see if they recover. Generally hard screens like this do recover pretty well. Oh, one thing that's not mentioned, but you can see it really well here. All of the antenna lines on this one, they have two on every side, so it doesn't like lose connection if you have like a weird grip or it's like held in your pocket weird and stuff. And there's also another little weird feature. There's mics on every side of the phone. So if you're holding it vertical, it turns on the one below. If you're holding it to your ear, it'll hold on the one on the top and the side. If you're holding it like this, it turns on the top and the bottom, and it like combines the audio really nicely. Just a really like goofy kind of cool thing. But yeah, he always does the bend test too, which is sometimes a little heartbreaking to watch, but just takes them and cranks the phone and you see his like arms shaking. But look at that nice curve it takes, but doesn't break. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, man. So they didn't get rid of them. They made them available to everybody. I don't know if you're stuck in the ad stuff right now, but the thing they did with them is now if you're an affiliate or above, you have to run a certain amount of them. So I don't know if you're stuck in ad hell right now, but yeah, they are annoying. Fuck you, YouTube ads. The gold liquid one is so cool. Here we go. Destroying the phone. Not really. He non-destructive disassembling, but can still be destructive if you're not nice to it. Ad break over. You back? I think it was meant to make it. This one guy watch puts there. If you're back, that's what I do too. I run it at the hour of stream. I should have like a little warning popping up saying there was ads, but I was just too absorbed talking about the phone. If you're not back, maybe you'll see it later on the video on the VOD. But yeah, it's I have it running every hour. So at the top of the hour, there'll be a 3-minute ad break, and I should mention it more when I'm not distracted. But I destroy that chip cover. Oh, But yeah, they're pretty, I would say, disassembly friendly on the inside. Nice and easy pop offs, like removable straps, replaceable glue underneath that you don't have the welded in fucking batteries and Apple devices and stuff. But yeah, pretty easy to replace. If you like, I would probably still just take it to a shop, maybe buy the battery myself, because since it is Chinese, you can order all these parts on like fucking Temu for pennies essentially. But yeah, well built phone and cheaper and better than I found than all the big brand ones. So I'm happy with it. They put out, because I was trying to get the 10s, which is the one I have here, but I was waiting for them to restock on the 1 terabyte hard drives, and then like literally 2 days after I ordered it, they brought out the 11s, which has is this it? Yeah, this is it. To make it cheaper, it's exactly the same frame, with a tiny change on the back panel and with a water cooler in it, which is apparently functional, but not, not like super uh, crazy. But it does a nice heat exchange where the battery pack is to run it up to the fan cooler that goes across it, and they added a different camera on the back too. But yeah, exact same frame with the same screen on the front and like the one camera change on the back there. So it cost like the exact same thing mine did, but this came out days after I purchased mine. So I was like, motherfucker. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I definitely have become a fan of this one as a brand, I would say. Yeah, peel out the veins of this phone. I saw a couple guys do some pretty cool mods with this too, where they like change the color of the cooling liquid. Somebody had I think gold liquid running through it, which was really cool looking. If you had the black phone, pop the battery out. Nice lithium ion bomb. Okay, enough of that. We'll go back to the thing. Don't need $1,000 tools like an Apple. Yeah, exactly. Fucking, I bought a set of Temu Apple screwdrivers too, because I was like, you know what, I might need those sometime. I'll buy myself a set of those, because I don't have any Apple things anymore, but a lot of my friends still have Apple things, so might be worth grabbing one or two eventually. Good. Actually, yeah, it is actually liquid. But it's like such a tiny amount. A lot of people were like, it's not going to do anything, and it doesn't do much, but it does enough. Like any kind of liquid cool or any kind of heat transfer for those works pretty well. They also have like not aluminum, gallium. No, gallium erodes aluminum. Some kind of like liquid metal patch underneath a certain part of it that kind of spreads across the top of the battery, but one of those things that you can't really run through the whole phone super easily. So the cooling loop like circles around the battery a bunch of times and then like runs across the air cooler right here, to help like maximize its exposure to it. But this one also came with this like mount here, which I don't know if you can see it. It is like RGB gamer color stuff too. But this fan attached to it, it's like a soft metal backing that just runs like a computer cooling fan on the back of the phone, and it keeps it like ice cold. So if I use it for desktop streaming like this, I can use it all day and not worry about it from overheating or anything. But the funniest thing is when you plug it into the wall charger, 80-watt charger, it charges the phone in like 15 minutes, but it gets fucking hot. So it'll run the fan like at max speed to cool it down. But it makes sense why they put the water cooling thing in there, because it's like this thing will get toasty if you're running it on high end stuff, trying to like do like I've seen a lot of people run like Call of Duty on there, like console Call of Duty on there, which is a little much for what I game on my phone, but it's cool that you could do it. Yeah, I play like 2 or 3 games on there. I play Magic every now and then, and I that's supposed to be cut off. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be cut off. Ooh, that's like a trap. Jesus Christ! I'm glad I looked closely at that. That is supposed to be cut halfway. All right, let's see if my little Dremel's charged up enough a bit. You going to bed? All right, man. Have a good night. Yeah, thanks for popping on. It was fun to hear from you. And I'll clean my keyboard this week, so won't get all gunked up with little plastic bits. Have a good night, though, dude. I'm gonna stick on for at least another hour or two here. I have severe insomnia lately. There we go. You moving soon? Oh man. All right. And no worries. Yeah, I haven't forgot about you either. Just figured I'd give you some time till you're ready for it. Let me know. I'll be down for just about any time. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Ugh. Flicker? What those up? That looks good. Whoops, wrong button. Chuck lock on it, not the power off button. Always makes me go because it just says. Okay. F14. That's the other panel. This one. All right. 13, 14. Oh, nice. They're good. They're paired on this one, so. Ooh. One piece cleaned up. Two piece cleaned up. Yep. All right. So should be that way. Oh shit. I cleaned up all of that stuff and then I forgot there was this extra piece I was supposed to trim out there. Alright, well. Need to trim it further? Or is having a little bit of that going to be helpful? It doesn't feel as clean as it could be. Oh, I'm gonna blow these away. Ah, my nose. Getting runny. That's a little snugger. Nose is getting runny. Fuck. I might need to take some allergy pills after all. Oof. I don't like that that doesn't want to go down farther. Maybe the angle is just a bit weird. It'll probably stick on better once the top's good. I'm not going to cut the other pieces till I get this one covered up, though. 11. Fuck, I want to play Remake again so bad. Game's so fucking good. Soon. Not yet, but soon. Kind of become a tradition for me to play Remake while I'm waiting for the next one to go through. Oh shit, so it wants me to turn this down, slot through a piece there. Once that way. Oh, I see where this goes. There's a little tab here. Hard to see. A little slot on the back There's this little tab there. Oops. That's gonna go down further. Does that go below? No, it goes through. Oh, I see. Okay. Gotta kind of do it at the same time almost. That's a little annoying. There we go. That all the way in? It appears so. Once that's through, this folds back up. Okay. Got it. It's onto tiny hook there. That should help hold in my piece that doesn't want to stay flush there. D1, D6, D4. Okay. Do, 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 do. E4. Do, do, do. D6 and F5. Okay. 6. And these up first. The theme from FF7 is probably my favorite song from that game. There's a lot of good ones, but this one's really, really good. Good banger of a song. That well, it looks right, feels right. Clean this one up. Yes, I did. Goes with that part up top. Nice. Okay. And F5. Little baby vets. Get that part on the vertical thing, and it goes on this back piece. Okay. Oof, that feels like it'll pop off too easy, but that's about as far as it takes to focus. Okay. Cool. Hey, nice. 10, 11, and D5. Okay. Ooh, that's a bizarre angle. Okay. That one's not so bad. B5, whoever that is. This one. Don't cut the round parts. There we go. Oh, it's got the stupid back kind of plug piece. Okay. Once I'm sure I've got all the pieces picked up and put together or put away for the night, I'll have to run over my table with a vacuum because there's going to be so many little like shards of plastic over here. Yeah. Nice. This needs to be this way. 3 pegs. Oh, one of the pegs is that part. I see. Okay. Nice. Go. Get like a nice back of the calf where the jet part bends out back from. Tucked in nicely. That part should no longer be a worry about moving, especially once the top of the thigh comes through. A 9, 8, 5, and D13. Well, let's look at the D part since I'm there right now. Fucking cat hair on here already? God damn it. Nine, 8, 5. Wow, there's two sets of five. Okay. Some of these are weird. Some of these they number the same, so it'll be like there's five and five, and they're the exact same piece. And then these ones are specifically six, seven, eight, nine for some reason, despite them being like identical mirrored pieces. That was a bit too deep. Fuck. Able to clean it up roughly, but not ideally as nice as it could have been. Good. Okay. So, oh, I see where that goes. Nice. That's actually a really snug, nice fit. Nice. And the tones of gray being slightly different actually feels really nice. Okay, this is back piece. Okay. Front piece. Slide right onto those. Cool. I love these, especially with the like linkage joints that like move to give you actually like a full knees mobility, and all the mechanics that like slide nicely underneath it. Oh, it feels so cool. Looks cool too. A lot of these, they're not, like I said, they're not really sitting as flush as I'd like them to, which is a little annoying, but hope, hopefully it's something that kind of shakes out once they're together. A4. It's midnight now. Jesus, maybe I'll get the legs together. I just had a horrible thought to my head of, I really hope shitification is not coming for something that really doesn't need it. It's such a good fucking idea, and it's cheap. It doesn't need to be shitified. Please don't let it be shitified. That's six, 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 eight. Oh, there's nine. 25. This blue piece is going to be a little hard to clean up. It's so fucking small. My nose. All right, first things first. G25 going like that. Is with this top piece. Yep. Right. Chin plate. Oh yeah. There we go. That's a nice looking knee. And I forgot to grab the 10 piece for this one, but that's okay. They each pin on either side. Nice though. Oh yeah, look at that bendy knee. So fucking cool. Ooh, it's got a nice satisfying pop once it gets into place too. Let's grab 10 here. Back these little ribbons. Just smoothing cleanup with the razor blade. Go. Yeah, that's a 80% done leg. Pretty bendy foot. Heel doesn't really move. I guess that's why they made the toe extra mobile. So you can have like a full on like kick. Focus on my hands. There we go. So the heel is like totally static here. The ankle moves, but the toe can like kick up or go quite a bit far down there. It's a nice posability on that. Like the gaps close up nicely. The one thing I really like about the Destiny Gundam is it's not pure white. I don't know if you can see it, but compared to like the page, it's like a couple shades darker. And that's because he's not really like the good guy. He's like a good guy being like manipulated essentially. So he gets kind of like an off-white gray Gundam. Even though it's still got the hero color scheme, it's not the hero Gundam. Okay, so left leg time. I think I cleared all the little stupid nibbins off on this one. Just going over it with like a going over with the razor just to make sure I didn't miss any little spots here. That one's iffy. Probably okay. Alright. Bend this down this way. Right. A bit more adrenaline cleanup. Ooh. Fluff on there. What the hell? Paper stuck to it? What the hell? Piece of glue, maybe? What the fuck? Alright, well, good enough. Man, these pegs are just not quite sharp enough to really like sit this as flush as I'd like it to be. Which is annoying because this underskeleton plastic is like a little bit softer. And that's partially why you get some of those little pieces of plastic that you have to like go in and like scrape off with a tiny razor blade. Hey David, how's it going? Yeah, one of the other Gundams. I finally found some software that works with my uh, phone well enough to get proper video out of it. Ugh. About 5 minutes we can hit ads, so I think I'll probably take a little smoke break there too. I've been like hunched over, cutting and drumming on this for like a good hour or so. But yeah, whenever I do more stuff like this, I'll be a little bit more able to do it now with the software properly. And I found a janky way to set up on this. One of the things I've been meaning to get for a while is they sell these like aluminum tubes and you clip them onto either side of your desk and it gives you like a bar above and to the sides that I could like say clip my mic on and have it hanging from above or clip my webcam and have it over there or lights or other camera mounts and stuff. So that would probably be the next big like physical thing that I would want to get to have proper ways to do all of the hookups and setups here. And then lights. These lights work for now, but they're definitely like cheap light lamp, desktop lamp. Not super high quality lights. F11. Oh, here you go. How you doing tonight, man? Anyways, I'll show you what's built so far. One leg that has this articulation, bendy knee parts, slide in and out, and bendy toe, bends down. Yep. No, God, no. I started too late. I started at like 10:30, so I'll probably finish like the legs and maybe the hips, and that'll probably be it for tonight. But see how far I can get. The last one of these took me probably 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. Depends if I like take a break or watch something while I'm doing it, and it kind of like distracts me a little bit. But they're if you're like properly cleaning it up and stuff, they're not that fast. Especially these ones. This is RG grade, which is real grade. They're smaller than they're smaller than master grade stuff, but they have a little bit more complex inner mechanisms, so there's more like moving pieces and pieces that interact with each other. And because of that, there's a lot of being very careful to not like screw up the pieces too much. Otherwise, they just don't work too well. Down flush. That piece good like that. Nice. Yep. Whoop. D2, D6, D4, F5. Okay, let's get the F5 piece right now. Like building a mechanical keyboard or longer. I don't think it takes that long to build a mechanical keyboard. I mean, if you're putting like every key and things together, maybe it could take that long, but just popping the keys on it only takes like 30 minutes, doesn't it? Unless they're all individually wrapped or something. Oh, you mean like putting the electronics together? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that taking a while, yeah. Why do they sell mechanical keyboards with all the stuff not soldered together? That's so weird. Yep, there's that piece. Okay. D2, D6. I mean, I guess people enjoy putting stuff together. They're gonna want to do that, but it's just funny to me that it's essentially like there's nothing like fancy to put together on a keyboard generally. It's just like 60 buttons. somebody gives you the board with the keys attached, it's not like they go on any different way. But building it yourself probably has a nice, like, uh, yeah, I did it kind of feel to it, which I understand. Oh shit! I didn't notice the ad there. Sorry, I was distracted again. Uh, Sorry about the ad time. Huh? Oh, it goes this way. Fuck. There we go. Smoke. Oh yeah, lubing the keys. That makes sense too. That's one of those things that I again would normally think would be a pre-done thing. But I get it if you're getting all the pieces from scratch. And it's been really rough. I want to bike more, but it's been either super swelteringly hot or raining like every goddamn day. So it's not really the biking weather. Well, either way, I guess in September, uh, they'll want us to come back to the studio more. So biking then makes sense. Back from the ads. Even though I don't think I'd want another mechanical keyboard, maybe that's something I'll try to do sometime because it's been a while since I actually soldered anything. I've mostly had it for like repairing stuff now. Oh, it's funny how the the phone camera is like just in the way of the regular camera, but I'm still in a pretty decent view. I'm gonna play this tune anyways. Yeah. Okay. Ten and 11. Yeah, come on. Get. Did I not clip it good enough? Can't do that with a cigarette in my hand. I'll wait till I'm done with that to continue cleaning those up. Yeah, this is like teenager to adult Lego. That you could take to a very high level if you really wanted to. Which I just don't because I'm a little lazy. It was one of the things I wanted to see at the convention this year, but I was too busy trying to get specific things done. They have a model building competition and several model building like not toolkits. I was gonna say like workshops. Yeah, workshops. If I'm around for that net one next year, I will definitely go back with more money for models because that one shop was a good deal. Look. Pretty snug fit. 7.5. Nap time. Looks good. Ugh. The one thing about these is I get super afraid when I drop a tiny piece and I just fly into one of my cabinets or my couch or right into the garbage can or something. Okay, good. All right. This piece goes on the front. Nice. Pretty snug, but as the other one, those little gaps that I'm just not a big fan of. Hopefully nothing comes of that. Satisfying clicks into place. Okay. 5. Second one of these. And 10. 4. Go. Little tiny blue pieces. Right, and I got that stupid extra chunks here. And if you're curious, I'm sure there's some other people who streamed building perfect grades Those can take like a full-on week of builds. There's a lot of pieces, a lot of mechanical bits in there. Whew, okay. And just hearing this makes me want to play Police Nuts again. A very dated game, but God, is it fucking good. There's nothing else with that kind of vibe. Nice. I think that's good. That's 2 legs done. Leg. Two leg. Ugh. All right, let's make this the last piece for tonight. I'll go to bed after. Try to come back on tomorrow for this. Let's get the waste unit. Do do do. Do 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 do. Little nubs that are attached on there. Do 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 do. Ooh. Very nicely. There we go. Dremel. Ah, slide that up. Okay. Oh, maybe slide that down first. Foot. Oh, shit. Use the razor because this is soft. Oh. Soft pieces always have these little tiny extra bits of gunk from their molding that didn't quite free. Don't clear them off. Whole piece can just stick weird. Okay, that should be good. That part's raised up. Not all the way yet, though. Nope, don't break it. Oh, fuck. It's too soft. Fuck. Bent it. Jesus Christ. C11. That's the wrong piece. Fuck. Well, it's cut out now. Might as well clean it up and stick it somewhere so I don't lose it. Fuck. Okay. Box so I don't lose it. Because I'm stupid. Fuck. 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 Maybe it'll be used in this part, and then I won't have to worry about leaving it loose for too long. It is a particularly small piece. Oh, annoying. Kind of awkward too. Fuck me. Okay, D1. 23. Nice. Okay. Good. All right. It's in and it's never coming off. Thank God. Okay. A21. Four. Also, there's been some other projects that I've been wanting to get back into, like 3D and art projects and stuff. So might end up being a post work break kind of project thing, but really got to find out what's happening at the office first. Nice. Goes here. Yeah. So it looks like it should go. That feels like a piece of junk that got inside there, though. That is a piece of junk. What are you doing in there? Okay. I was right. That part is up to up there. Nice. Clean. E124. Ugh, even this part's got some like sprues on it almost. Okay. Now this is a good Police Night song, but I want something a little more uh, exciting. What's my favorite brand of chocolate chips? I have never thought about a brand of chocolate chips. Hershey's, I guess. In fact, I can't think of another brand of chocolate chip. Maybe there's a President's Choice chocolate chip, but in my mind, I can't think of anything tasting particularly different there. Okay, D15 and 14. 26, 27. Okay. I see those pieces. 14. Like, I'm sure there probably is a significant taste difference between the classic, like, Hershey brand versus another one. Oh god, I thought I'd lost the other piece. I was like, where the fuck is it? Hanging with the page. But can't think of a time I've ever needed a non Hershey brand or knockoff Hershey brand chip. Like, at best it's the dark chocolate one or white chocolate, but yeah, I never thought about brands for them. My favorite brand of chocolate chip cookies? I don't think I've ever liked a brand of chocolate chip cookies. Whenever I get a store-bought chocolate chip cookie, unless it's like made in the bakery at the store, they always taste like really bad. So I don't usually get them. But I'm usually pretty fond of the like store bakery version ones. Those tend to be pretty good. Probably not that healthy though. They probably double up the sugar, double up the chocolate, double up the butter kind of thing to make them an easy sell. $27 and $26. But yeah, homemade's always the best. Even if it's like subpar homemade, they're usually leagues better than purchased chocolate chips. Chocolate chip cookies like the Pepperidge Farm ones, I've never heard of those or had them, so I can only think of like Chips Ahoy, and those taste like junk, to be honest. Like they're whatever. If somebody has them and they offer me some, I'm gonna eat them. Still, they're still chocolate chip cookies, but when it's like actually compared to the taste of home baked chocolate chip cookies or something, they are just not it. Like they feel fake somehow, and I don't even know how to describe it. Like they're probably still using similar ingredients or something, but maybe it's just them like being dunked in like canola oil and deep fried fast in an oven or something makes them really shit ass tasting. Because you know they use vegetable oil or some shit instead of butter. Ooh, that was a bad cut. That was really bad. Fuck. Off too much there. Yeah, hopefully nobody notices. Okay, these go on the front ones. What? I see. I should have rotated these. That's that's nice. Not a snug again. Why? Hmm. Bug the fuck out of me. Good enough, but panel gaps annoying. Oh, fuck. Oh, oh, thank God it didn't break open. It scattered tiny pieces everywhere. Getting harder and harder to find brownies? No, just make brownies, man. They're not hard. That's one of the easier things to make normally. On both pieces of these, it just doesn't want to sit fucking flush. That'd be a pain down the line. I almost want to like super glue it. Normally, you really don't need to do that on these kind of models. But every now and then, there's just a couple pieces that don't want to sit nicely. And I want to just fucking glue them down. Like, there's never going to be a point when I want to take off this, like, hip piece. If I can even point out where the line is, but if you're looking, like, down this part right here, there's, like, a tiny panel gap. You can see how the corner is not flush. Both sides. Doesn't want to press down nicely there. Really annoying. That's good for now, though. Okay. Back pieces. I put some crunchy pieces of plastic in the pages. Fuck. 829, 828, D16, D17. Fuck, Monster Hunter is such good music. Never notice it because you're always fighting monsters and shit, but man, the music is just good. So, 29, 28. These two. This is probably the breakout song of Rebirth. Made this little fucking company Toon Dog have a banger remix theme. Turn these up again. Fuck. Oh, those ones sit much nicer. Oh yeah, more places that snap through on both sides. That one fits way better on the back than it does on the front. It's fucking annoying. Do, 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 do. Oh, and a nice clean snap on. Yeah, the backside has far less like panel gaps pieces together. Legs. Okay. But shake off much plastic. I'm gonna swiffer the floor quickly before I go to bed. There are the legs with the waist. focus camera. There we go. With the twisty hips. But that'll be about it for now. Pack up everything. Try to come back to it tomorrow. I don't lose this singular red piece here. But for now, stay safe, stay healthy, and fuck ICE, fuck Trump, fuck fascism, fuck Israel, fuck Zionism. And I hope everybody that has to deal with the war is not directly impacted by it. Stay strong. Don't let them grind you down. Have a good night. And I'll try to set this up the same tomorrow. Fingers crossed it works. If it doesn't, you'll probably won't see the rest of this gun to build, and it'll just be done in like 2 days. But should be okay to set this up again tomorrow. So have a good night. See you later. Goodbye.